Make sure to watch to the end because I got in store and got even more info. Here, Easy Penny Shopping, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I do things a little bit differently here. I talk a lot. I do a lot of explanations on how to find more pennies versus just giving you, different penny lists or items and what have you. So today we are going to talk about the Dollar General stores that are closing. I actually started this video a week ago and it's mind-blowing to me, but this also probably was noticed by you all, and this can explain the media, whether we're talking YouTube or other online forums or online, news stations. Once something gets out to the public, then it is repeated and regurgitated and regurgitated and regurgitated. Just last week when I started to do this, there were already 15 articles all saying the same thing. And in addition to that, of course, YouTube and Facebook and the TikTok and Instagram and who knows. First, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. If you want to follow Dollar General and what's happening with Dollar General, I suggest you go to Dollar General Investor Relations. That is a source or a tool that I've utilized for the last, 2-3 years, because it will give you insight ahead of time, how many store closings they're going to have, how many stores are moving, remodels, light remodels, soft remodels, full remodels, blah, blah, blah remodels, however they want to split them up. And they report numbers. So all of this came from the end of their fiscal year was January, right? So then they had their annual 2024 meeting, March, I believe it was the 13th, but don't quote me. Within a day or two of that, that's when this just blasted. Like, this is, oh my gosh, it's the end of DG. Some of the thumbnails were just like, Dollar General closed. It's clickbait. It's all clickbait. It's not a big deal. They had planned on building 575 new Dollar General stores. Regular new Dollar General stores, okay? They are closing, 90-ish, 96-ish regular Dollar General stores. But they're building 575 new. See, the math there, they're still fine. They're still building. They're also closing some of the pop shelf stores. That's been happening for the last year and a half. So none of this is new. None of this is news. But you need to know, what do the store closings actually mean? Because they are nothing like a remodel. It's not a remodel situation. They do not go to a penny, okay? Stores that are closing, things don't go to a penny. Sorry. They do go to 10 cents. Yes, they go down to a dime. Please keep in mind, most any store that's closing, by the time it gets down to a dime, it is going to be extremely minimal. And we're talking much, much less than even the best remodel we walked into that they already supposedly pulled all the items. All right. It's a completely different ballgame with store closings. One of the reasons is because they're way more public. They're not secret. The people know what's going on. Clearly, their jobs are being affected. Keep that in mind too. So there's going to be signs, there's going to be banners. They may be posting it on social media. They might be putting it out in the news. This store is closing. Therefore, it's going to, a lot of the customers, it's not just going to be your penny shoppers, your clearance shoppers. It's going to be your everyday shoppers, because everything is half off, right? In the beginning. Okay. And everybody knows that. And then you've got, and I say everything, always an exception in DG land, always. You are not going to see mobile minis, most likely. Mobile minis, what we see in the parking lots for remodels, those are things that it's full of stuff that they're using to improve that store. Whether, shelving, I'm still not sure. Someone told me that freezers will also go in those. So you're not going to see those. You may see very large construction dumpsters, like the big ones that are open. Okay. Make sure you're checking all the dumpsters. Again, a store closing means they are emptying out. There should be a lot of things also in the trash. If it's local, I would be checking on it. Absolutely. You never know. By the last day, they fed up with it, ready to go, whatever, get it out, 10 cents. But I would also, if you're not as close where you can check in, you are making that phone call or phone calls. It's not a secret. They may be annoyed, but it's not a secret the store is closing. So you can call and ask when they're closing. You can call and ask what discount they're at right now. You can call and ask anything because it's already public knowledge. The stores already last week got the memos of what stores were closing. One of my good old penny sleuths found that on one of the employee forums, not Facebook. But anyways, so they've been notified. They know what's happening. You can ask questions. But in this situation, you better jump on it quickly. But obviously, there are more to come. And I will keep you posted if I learn anything else. The store closing research continue. So, obviously, like I already talked about, it's going to be clearly marked. It is not a secret. They are trying to get rid of everything. However, there's been a couple questions come up. And I already see right here one of them. No digital coupons. No digital coupons. Also, no alcohol or tobacco. Half off. They're only opened Sunday through Friday. Now we'll find out when they are closing. But the question is there anything left? All sales, final. No returns. This is bonkers. Oh, Christmas lights. Oh, they went out the gray tones. Okay. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of searching. Yes, the store has definitely mostly been cleared out. However, I have found some pennies. And actually, now that I think about it, was it the yellow star or the blue star? I need to check that. But I came across a couple totes that obviously they had filled with pennies, not the cups, but a whole bunch of keychains and pins. Excuse me. You're fine. So make sure you are always checking whether it's a store closing, whether it's a regular store. If they put out totes or boxes, I don't mean the ones just on the floor that they're unpacking. I mean the ones that's what is crap, that could have pennies. Anyways, I hope you guys can get to a store closing soon. Don't forget, you can find all store closings, not just Dollar General, but any other stores that are closing. You can go to usearch.com and find any of them. It's huge. Okay. I know I said necessities, but anyways, okay. So, I mean, these are already discounted. It's a fiber optic LED lamp. It'll be in a video soon. Getting this for the ex-husband. He's big on burgers, so that'll probably get put back for Father's Day. We run a construction and cleaning business. Tarps are very important. I shouldn't buy books. I have enough. I can go to the library and get a bag full, and yet here I am. So they're only $1.50. I've got to get them. Right? I like this one. This one I think I'll probably start with. He started it. Yep. Sounds about right. Oh, and author of The Silence of the Lambs. We're definitely gonna check that one out. That movie still creeps me out. Getting some polygrip for the mama. This would be present for Easter. Present for Easter. Oh, I forgot. I found the towels are still pennies too. They have to be yellow dot from last year. Another tarp, some black beans, a bunch of little munchies for cans, class, a new finger brush. You know why? Dollar Generals are disgusting. That's why. Okay. Then some 50-cent toothbrushes. Some $1.50 toothpaste. I know I can get them like free couponing. I have not been able to shop. That batteries. I'll buy them all batteries at half price. I do not care. Oh wait, except for these little packs. And then some razors. And some eyebrow razors. And Rice Krispie treats. Alright, I'm out. Hey again, everybody. So, this is the update after I went in to an actual store closing, which was completely by accident. Melinda and I were just pulling over to use the potty, and I was like, hey, let's go ahead and stop at this DG. And then we got lucky. Obviously, the store was pretty empty, and I did talk to the employees more once I got up to the line. I didn't want to record because there were quite a few different customers checking out. They were pretty busy. But first off, they told me that the cycle for the store closing started on a Tuesday. Okay, this is what they told me. Now, again, you know, we have different store employees or managers tell us different things, and sometimes they're true and sometimes they're not. But regardless, it doesn't show half off in the app. It doesn't show half off when you scan in the store. They have to override everything to half off. So you're going to have to get an idea from your store. And the reason it's important to know when it started is to know when it's going to end, when they're actually going to close. So they explained to me that their store has a 3-week turnaround. And they believed that's how the store closings were going. So just keep that in mind, that if you're coming into it a week later, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, there's not going to be a lot to it. This store it had been 2 weeks, and then they were going to be closing the following week. So as far as the digital coupons, now this store, obviously there was a sign. They were not allowing anybody to type in their phone numbers. However, one of our other paid members, she was able to type in her phone number as soon as she got her stuff up on the counter, and she got her digital coupons. So, you know, that is up to you. If they say no digital coupons and you choose to do that, totally on you. Okay. Next up, are these stores going to go down to 10 cents? The reason I question this is because this store was already into 2 weeks and they're closing, well, it sounds like next week. So, or this week. So shouldn't it have already been down to 70% or 90%? That kind of threw me for a loop. So in the past, we've had the step down on store closings. But because they are closing so many at a time, are they not going to drop it down? Are they finding that the store is pretty much empty out? So, you know, maybe it's just the last week. It's going to go down to 10 cents, or they're going to be overriding it to 10 cents. But again, unless you have been there within a day or two of them closing, then we don't know. And it could be a store-by-store basis too. It could be based off of how much is left in the store. So that one's kind of up in the air. Feel free to comment. Again, I know in the past they've went to 10 cents, but this could be a totally different ballgame. My thoughts on when all of these are going to happen, and this is just my thought. So business-wise, for showing earnings or losses or all of these things, you would think that they would want these closed and done with by the end of their first quarter. So the end of their fiscal year was the end of January. So their first quarter should be February, March, April. I would think they want all this stuff done before the end of the first quarter, because that also wipes out all of that inventory. Again, circling back to OSHA and all the issues they've had with OSHA and stores being overloaded. Of course, let me know what you thought about the video. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.